You've been thinking about creating content for months, maybe even years. You know it matters. You know your ideal clients can't buy from you if they don't know that you exist. But between the client work, decision fatigue, and not knowing where to start, it keeps getting pushed down to the bottom of the list. If you're tired of not living up to your full potential because you're stuck wondering what kind of content to create, how to best position your brand, or how to actually get clients from the content that you do post, you're not alone. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 foundational video assets that you can create once and use over and over and over again to build trust, show proof, and attract the right clients. Not too long ago, a close friend of mine finally booked a video strategy session. He's someone who's genuinely passionate about helping his community live healthier, more intentional lives, specifically through an organic lifestyle. But the people he was trying to help, they weren't listening. Most of them were stuck in the same routines they grew up with, eating processed foods, running on autopilot, not realizing the long-term costs. He'd gone through his own healing journey and he had done the work, and now he wanted to share what he learned. But the way he was trying to reach people just wasn't giving him his desired results. That's when he came to me, because it's one thing to have a message, but it's another to get that message in front of people who are already searching for those answers. And what he was going through, I've seen countless times, especially with purpose-driven entrepreneurs. You know your work can change lives, but without a clear strategy to show up, build trust, and position yourself, your efforts don't create momentum. That's where these foundational video assets come in. They help you tell your story, prove your value, and earn trust at scale. So you can stop second guessing your content and start showing up like the expert you already are. If someone came to me just starting out, no team, no content, no momentum, and they only had time to create one video right now, the brand story video will be my first recommendation. It's the single most powerful asset a service-based entrepreneur or business owner can create. Whether you're trying to attract clients, raise capital, or even just clarify your own message, this video creates instant clarity, connection, and credibility. Think back to my friend's story from earlier. Even without visuals, you probably walked away with a clear picture of who he is, what he's about, and why his mission matters. In just a moment, I'm going to break down how to develop your own version of this step by step, including what to say, how to say it, and where to use it to get the most ROI, or return on investment. Before I get to that though, I'm going to show you my own personal brand story video. This is the mini version of it, and it's less than 45 seconds long. But after watching it, I want you to ask yourself, do I feel like I know this person? Do I feel more connected? Am I more curious to learn what they do and how they can help me? Again, I want you to pay attention to not what I say, but how it makes you feel. I grew up in one of the roughest neighborhoods in Brooklyn, surrounded by crime and poverty, and my way out was by joining the world's finest Navy. After having the opportunity to travel from state to state and from country to country, of course with my camera in tow, I had a realization. One of the only ways for a person to be able to rise up above the circumstances that they may have been born into and to contribute to the world in a meaningful way is through entrepreneurship. And so, I've dedicated myself to using my knowledge of media production, storytelling, and marketing to empower those who are brave enough to step out there on their own and offer their gifts to the world. If that video made you feel just a little bit closer to me, that's not by accident. That's the result of intentional story structure and strategy. A well-crafted brand story video is built to connect. It blends emotion with logic and give the viewer a reason to trust you before they ever speak to you. So how do you structure yours? It doesn't need to be long or complicated, but it should answer 3 key questions. The first is why. What led you to this work? What problem are you on a mission to solve? 2, what? What do you do? Who do you serve? And just as importantly, who is this not for? 3, the next step. What's the next step? If someone watches until the end, what should they do? Should they book a call, visit a page, reach out? And here's a quick note on the who it's not for piece. A lot of entrepreneurs skip that because they're afraid to turn people away. But being clear on that helps filter out low quality leads before they waste your time. And the people who stick around, they're usually your best fit clients. Here's what makes this video even more valuable. You don't need to make it every month. If it's well done, your brand story video can work for you for years. It can work on your website, in your welcome emails, pinned on your social media channels. It can even work in your DM follow-ups. Additionally, this brand story video works even at live events or pitches. And that is because it is not just content. It's a strategic trust builder that introduces you, pre-qualified leads, and invites action, all before you ever get on a call. A full breakdown is linked in the pinned comments below. In case you're interested in that, it'll walk you through structure, strategy, and where to use your video for the biggest ROI. If your brand story videos builds trust and authority, then your client testimonial video removes all doubt. These videos shine during the vetting stage, when your ideal client is already problem aware, solution aware, and is just one step away from making a decision. At that point, they're not looking for inspiration. They're looking for reassurance. There are a few things that they want to know, such as, has this worked for someone like me? What was their experience like? Can I trust this person to deliver? A strong testimonial answers all those questions before they even ask. Let me show you an example. This is from a past client named Nicole, who's doing some powerful work that I really admire.
There are a few reasons I decided to work with Dyme Digital Media. And one actually started with LinkedIn. I'm a huge fan of LinkedIn, actually. And I started to see the posts, the ads there. And I was immediately struck by the quality. I'm a person who cares about quality for the work that I do. And all I kept thinking is, my design team has been telling me, because I've been using Zoom to record my videos, my design team has been telling me, you need a higher quality product, 4K imaging. And I'd been seeing Dyme on my timeline, and I thought, this is who I need to talk to. And I remember sending a message to get connected. And so I think what helped me make the decision after the connection was the ease of communication, the ease of setting up a meeting, and really how quickly I was able to take an idea and say, here's what I'm thinking. Do you think you can help? And I immediately was received with, we can help you out. So it's been a great experience, and I'm so glad that we found each other.
Hear why this works. It shows how she found me through my content. It walks through her buying journey and decision making. And finally, it also captures how smooth and supported the whole process felt. It's subtle, but it's powerful because it speaks directly to the person who's already considering hiring someone like you. Now, here's another quick one where Nicole speaks directly to who this service is for and who it's not.
I would definitely recommend Dyme Digital Media to really anybody who's, one, I would say, committed to elevating what you do. That has to be the first thing. You have to be committed to actually wanting to have a higher quality product. And as a part of that, it means that it improves your marketing, it improves your reach, it improves how you're seen and establish your professionalism as a company and as an organization. So for me, if you're at a place where that's where you're ready to do, that's the level you're ready to be at, then this is the place to come. But if you're not ready for that, I wouldn't even waste your time, This is about people who are wanting to really have a higher quality of work.
You see, you don't need a polished script or a fancy set. What you do need is a real client saying the exact thing that your next client needs to hear. These videos become your referral system on autopilot. They handle objections before they come up. They qualify leads without you having to hop on a call. And they make saying yes feel like the obvious next step. If you're a service provider with happy clients, you already have the raw material. All you need to do is package their stories in a way that speaks to your future ones. And just like your brand story video, these can be repurposed everywhere on your website, in your proposals, pinned to your social channels, or dropped into a DM when someone is on a fence. When used strategically, testimonial videos don't just market your service, they let your results do the talking for you. By the way, if you're thinking about how you can apply this to your own brand or client process, I do offer strategy sessions to help map that out. The link is in the description if that's something that you've been considering. Now, let's talk about the third and final foundational video. If the brand story video is designed to connect, and the testimonial video is designed to reassure, then your thought leadership video is built to scale. These are the videos that work on your behalf across your entire funnel. If we were to consider the top of funnel, they are often the first thing a potential client finds while searching for answers. If we're thinking about the middle of your funnel, they keep your audience engaged and warm as they evaluate options. Now, if we're looking at this from the lens of the bottom of the funnel, they provide the final push that builds trust and get the yes. And the best part, you don't need a massive audience to make them work. You just need a clear message that solves a specific problem for the right viewer. So, what makes a strong thought leadership video? It's not about flexing your expertise. It's about making your viewers say, this person actually is speaking to my exact situation. And finally, offering something that makes sense. Here's how to make that happen. Pick a real problem your audience is actively searching for. Not just what you want to talk about, but what your ideal client is likely typing in to search when they're overwhelmed, feeling stuck, or finally ready to fix their problems. Let's say you're a wellness coach. Your ideal client might be typing in something like, how do I reset my gut health after antibiotics? Or what's causing my chronic fatigue? Or how to transition to an anti-inflammatory lifestyle? Or maybe you're a career strategist working with burnt out professionals. They might be searching for something along the lines of, should I switch industries after the age of 35? Why don't I feel fulfilled at work anymore? Offer a tangible shift in perspective. Don't just share surface level advice. Reshape the way your audience sees the problem. Let's say you're a business coach helping solopreneurs to clarify their offer. In that case, your ideal audience might be searching, why isn't anyone buying my offer? How do I explain what I do without confusing people? What should I say on sale calls to actually close? With knowing that, you can create something like, your offer isn't confusing, your message is, here's how to fix it. Or, no one's buying, hear what to change before rewriting your whole offer. Same goal, but now it's hitting on clarity and frustration, and the deeper belief that they're the problem. You're not just giving tips, you're given perspective. Deliver real value, even for the DIY crowd. The best thought leadership content helps your audience, whether they hire you or not. But here's the kicker. Even when you give it away, they still want your help because you make it look simple, but we know that it's not easy. This is how your content began to start doing the job of a sales call as it pertains to building trust, creating clarity, and giving the viewer a reason to say, I need to work with you. Now, here's why these videos do so well. Because even if someone isn't ready to buy today, your thought leadership videos keep you top of mind for when they are. They build trust over time, especially when they consistently show up in search, get shared in niche circles, pop up in retargeting, or get linked inside your own funnel, i.e. blogs, lead magnets, email series, etc. And here's the kicker. Sometimes these videos are the tipping point, that final piece that convinces someone to book a call, reply to a message, or say, I've been watching your content and I'm finally ready to move forward. If your content is specific, strategic, and speak to what they're already struggling with, you don't need more convincing, just a calendar link. One more thing. Don't overthink the production. You can start simple as long as the value is sharp. As your library grows, you'll start to notice different patterns. Certain videos draw the highest intent viewers. Some get shared more often. Others drives more consults or replies. Track what's working and then double down. This is how you quietly dominate your niche, not by chasing virality, but by consistently showing up and with content that solves real problems for the people that you're meant to serve. Now that you know what to create and the strategy behind each of these foundational videos, it's time to get started. But you might be thinking, how do I actually make these videos without a big setup or production team? Click this video here where I'll walk you through a simple beginner-friendly setup that makes you look polished and professional, so your content can start attracting clients today. Thank you for spending your time here today, and I'll see you in the next one. Love.